Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Iggy's Garage. I am starting the process of rebuilding the original 327 motor for this 1968 Chevelle Malibu. Now, this is a technically two-owner car, but the original owner of this vehicle passed away. This was an Arizona car, and as far as I know, it has had one respray, and the engine has never been touched. This car, it's a convertible. It was, like I said, an Arizona car, and it had frigid air AC from the factory, like it was an upgrade. And holy crap, it was huge, so we ended up pulling all that out because the owners here wanted to go back to normal. So they picked the car up, they trailed it to Maine, and then they drove it for a little bit, and sadly, the car overheated without them knowing because a couple of things weren't connected like they should be, and cylinders, I believe it was 3 and 5, became pooch, so that it dropped pretty seriously for the combustion test. And so, I mean, I was talking like 30 or 40 PSI, so we know it's the head gaskets. But we're going to rebuild it. So this is step one, video one, and we already got the motor out of the car. You know, I did that a little bit a while ago. And now I'm finally going to break it down, and we're going to take it all apart. We're going to look at the head gaskets and see where it failed. And then I have a high-flow oil pump. I'm not sure if that's going to be this video, but we're going to install that after. And then, eventually, this entire motor is going to get stripped down, painted, and then we're going to put it together and beautify it. So let's get going. I ended up getting this freaking awesome tray on Amazon. Now, I usually, I did the whole shoebox, you poke a hole in it, and you set this all in, but I do a lot of Mopar stuff. So you can see I got a 68 Charger, there's a 70 CUDA on the other side. And so it's all one rocker shaft assembly, so I could take it off and set it down on the ground, and then we could just, do our thing. But these are all individual. So I ended up buying this. It was like 42 bucks on Amazon. I'll have a link in the description. And so I can go ahead and I can place the lifter, the rod, the push rod into the rocker, and then keep everything organized so it goes exactly back where it came from. Now, I took the timing cover off, and look how sloppy this is. Now, this car has like 38,000 miles on it. It is almost new, and that slop is pretty insane. Not to mention, if you look, I'm not sure if you can see that, but right there, there's a crack. The outside of this gear is plastic, and I have no idea why GM did that. So we got some new stuff on the way that I'll replace it with. We're going to keep the factory cam, and then you can see there I have an upgraded aluminum intake, so opposed to the friggin' 90-pound guy right there. So we're going to go ahead, we'll pop that off. We'll do that later on too. There's not here yet. But we're going to wire brush this entire thing and clean it up. Now, I'm not replacing the camshaft, so there's really no need to take the lifters out. There was no sign that they were worn, but the lifters would go right here. So I can now take this, and if you notice, it says F, and then it says R. So obviously we got your front and your rear, so that way these are going to go exactly back. And obviously the way that they're in there is the way that they will sit back down in the engine. Now this head was the head with the problem. So this is cylinder 1, 1357, 2468. So cylinder 1 was good. It was 3 and 5. So I'm going to assume the brake is right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take out all the head bolts. I already got brand new head bolts here. But again, it's all going to get cleaned up. And I'm going to do that after the fact. So let's go ahead and pull this off. Food for thought right here, folks. When you add a extension to it, it removes a lot of the torque. So, but luckily my compressor is building up right now, so we'll be able to oomph it off pretty quick once it goes up. So, or I could just move this out of the way, which honestly, I really don't want to. But, oh, is this gonna suck to clean? Just a little bit of pressure. It's like I need a thin-walled socket to get on there. So much crap built up. There we go. I can't even pull half of these out. I swear it was all oil and crud holding this engine together. Look at that. Definitely gonna have to run a tap and die down all this. Well, the tap. Jesus. Look at that. Ugh. What the hell? Is that Teflon tape? There's Teflon tape on this. Yeah, there's Teflon tape on all these threads. That's a first. And we're all out. All right, let's see what we look like here. The valves don't look the best, but I don't see a break. I don't see a break at all. Interesting. I legit don't see anything wrong with this. Wonder if it was a valve issue. Well, both heads are off, as we can see. So I'm going to go ahead, flip it. Let's take the oil pan off and see what the connecting rods and the crank looks like and go from there. Let's do it. Well, ladies and gents, I went ahead and flipped the motor, and it was so gunked up. There's no way we're getting a socket on these oil pan bolts. So went ahead and cleaned it up with a punch, with a wire brush, and getting it exposed to where I could actually put down the socket on the nut. Now doing this, we are missing one. We are missing one oil pan bolt. I don't recall taking that out when I pulled the motor, but we are missing one right there. Everything else was in. As you can see, this thing was held together with dirt and oil. So, and obviously we got some oil and everything leaking out here. But it's, this is insane. So I can't believe how much crap is actually on this motor, as you can see in the valley there. So we'll go ahead, but I'm still going to pop the pan, see what's going on in there, and see if we have to do bearings. Now, this motor was not knocking. It just overheated, and then it pushed 2 cylinders. Now, looking at it, I can't see where it broke, but those are the thinnest, cheapest, crappiest head gaskets I have ever seen. Single layer, and honestly, you know what? That's what I think happened. Single layer, just crap. Now, also, oh, I can't do this, but look at the water jackets. Look how tiny that is compared to the hole that were in the head. And I'll show that later on. But for now, I'm going to continue. Let's take the cover off and see what's going on inside. Now, majority of these nuts are 7/16 But then a couple in the corners, they're 1/2 inch. So we'll just knock them out. I do want to get a bag though, because I like to bag everything, bag and tag it of what it is and where it goes. Looks like there was a grounding tab on that one. You know, and I'm not really much of a Chevy guy. So the pan looks decent. Need more room in here. Looks like water definitely got in. Let's see here. Oil. Side to side is all right. Yeah, that's fine. And the dipstick, yeah, I mean, it all looks good. And you got your oil pump. We're going to replace this. Like I said, I got a high flow for that. Hell yeah, which looks like just 3 bolts holds that on. And we got that gasket here. So that's going to have to come off. Have some fun. Joy. Pistons actually look awesome. This rubber's, it's gone. I mean, it's been on there for Lord knows how long. Yeah, that moves nice. Cool. I am not worried about the rotating assembly at all. And I'm going to go ahead, get this going. So I'm not going to touch that. I just wanted to get in here and see what it looks like. Looks pretty good. But it's going to be a hell of a time cleaning all this up. Now, I'm going to throw the pan back on when we go ahead and wire brush this whole thing. But my goal today was just tearing it down to this point. Didn't want to go any further. And I'm going to continue, like I said, just cleaning it up. Inside the pan, though, you got that glob. It's funky, but obviously I'll degrease this, clean it all out, and then get this all set up. So no complaints other than holy dirty Batman. This thing, I swear to God, the oil and the dirt was keeping it together, but it's gonna go back in there. Well, guys, I did a little bit more cleaning up. As you can see, I did the head surface, I did the top of the pistons, I did the side of the block, I did the oil pan, I did a lot. But that's for another video. I'm going to end this one here. I appreciate you guys watching. This is part 1, and I'm going to film the rest of even dropping the motor in, wiring, getting it ready, plumbing, and then I got to fix the front end of this. The steering linkages are all gone. They're junk, and I believe there's a hole in the gas tank. So I got to check that out too before I bring it to Arizona, because I am in New Hampshire, and I'm going to be trailing it out to the owners. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.